I'm having a hard time imagining a hand that can win off of this open attack, because we're at 9, and he only has like 1 card in his hand. Okay. Sure, no problem, dude. That's so stupid. Alright. So, what do we want to do with the rest of this deck? I think Unspeakable Horror could be a pretty good hit. We do want Zap Sprayfin tutoring us into additional draw. Currently, Zap hitting Stalking Shadows is an absolute nut late game option. Stalking hitting Zap hitting Stalking. It's like the bounce back on that is kind of crazy. I do like the idea of cutting down on some amount of top end because of like we are able to run smooth Soloist, which is really cool. So -1 Pool Shark for +1 Zap is alright. I think Zap is kind of actively nuts in this deck because it pulling Stalking Shadows reliably is absolutely insane. We have like an over 50% chance of hitting Stalking Shadows. Super stupid. Super stupid. And then Stalking Shadows can like pull Zap and it can just like, they can literally chain off each other like that. I'm not sure if I like the Dreadway deckhand in this list though. Let's go -1 deckhand +1 Zap and maintain the 1 Pool Shark. See how this plays out. Like, so the idea of like, you know, the greed mentality is to go exponential. By multiplying a multiplier, you know, by taking a ratio of something that takes a ratio of something else, you can get exponential. And this is kind of like the logic behind stuff like Dreadway Ledgers. But because 20 health is such a low number, you're never really priced in to go exponential, right? You just want to like multiply your additive thing and just hit the 20. Especially because this deck, they're never even going to be at 20 or really even close to it. So this guy's also running Bilgewater Shadow Isles, but using MF in this version. That's interesting. I guess I have to full mull. Need something earlier here. 103rd Gangplank. A little too clunky. Odds just aren't worth it. I think Strifeco's version was running 3rd Gangplank, and that was actually part of the reason I like Bones' version better. Is Dreadway Ledgers 20 damage? It'll always deal exactly much damage as they have. But yeah, basically, you might as it's the same thing as 20 damage. Because it also resolves after the heal, so I mean, it effectively always does 20, yeah. I mean, we can deckhand here. The one downside with deckhanding here is he just gets the ability to like kill the keg for free, and I don't really love that. Yeah, these open attacks are totally great for me. Like, he's playing a much more aggressive deck than me, and he's dealt 4 damage by 2 attacks. That's amazing for me. Looks like it's Petty Officer time. Oh, we can get a follower. So, this is a pretty nice, like, opener to this deck. Basically, just making sure we've banked spell mana and kept our resources up. Feels great. Like, there's just no reason to play deckhand on 2. And that's part of the reason it probably shouldn't be in this deck anymore. Isn't Karina just a better Dreadway Ledros? Dealing damage to the board doesn't really matter much anymore. Like, Dreadway Ledros kills their Nexus. The thing is, like, you can't win the late game anymore by just wiping the opponent's board if the wipe is based on damage, because, like, stuff like the very, very big and chunky, like, Acel role-playing decks, stuff like that won't actually even lose to, I guess my 3-2 can attack here. Yeah, honestly, I don't mind forcing this exchange. Stuff like that doesn't even lose to, like, a Karina slap, right? You just want to kill the Nexus at that point, because their units are going to be too bulky to even die to damage. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think Misfortune is pretty bad in any deck that's not Scouts. I think Scouts is kind of like the only deck where it's worth it running Misfortune. Yeah, seems like a really easy roll to Grifter. You could like greed the double discount. But like we're burning mana here if we're not efficient anyway, so there's just really no logic to that. Okay. Check the winner. Honestly, I don't mind Jack the winner here. It's actually a pretty decent draw in this hand. We kind of needed something to play on turn 5 and 6. And we might have needed triggers for like Black Market Merchant. So it's like Jack on 5 and then Jack's trigger into double BMM on 6 and then Smooth Soloist on 7. Looks really great. Okay. So our 3-3 is basically dead here. There really isn't any downside to just playing out Jack now. The one problem with Jack, which is kind of interesting, is that since it creates a fleeting card at the start of your hand, you actually have sort of like one less hand size limit, right? If that makes sense. So right now we have 8 cards, so we draw 1 and then Jack the Sleep with the Fishes. So we'd be at 10, which is fine. But if we had 9 cards, we'd actually overdraw. So that is actually one of the downsides of Jack. And it matters more than you might think. He was probably priced into swinging with these two, honestly. It's like my Jack's health is always going to matter, and he's the aggressor here, and my health is low. Feels hard to not attack with these two. Like, if he's not aggressive, he has a really hard time winning here. So the question is his deck going to be running Vengeance? It easily could right now. I mean, if I sleep with the fishes, I don't feel, like, very punished if he Vengeances me there. I think that's totally fine. Sure. I think we can just open with this now. That's fine. We're just trying to trigger off of the Black Market Merchants. I like Jack's addition to the game. He's a pretty well-designed and well-balanced card. Like, he's not nuts or anything, but he's a very just, like, simple and effective design. Yeah, we just start merchanting here then. So we're looking to hit one of his merchants. Whenever you have a mirror like this, that's kind of what you want to go for. And you know, the Doom Beast is pretty good here. It's a very happy thing for me to just like curve out on this exact action. Like the fact that it heals me for 2 is kind of nice. So now we've got the Smooth Soloist coming down next turn, and off of that, he should just get pretty screwed, right? Okay, totally fine with that. I don't really need the merchants anymore. He might have, if he was going to do that, it probably should have been before I played the second merchant. I feel pretty great here. So, we don't have too much of an attack. Yeah, it looks like there's really almost no point taking an attack here. How many Make It Rains has he played? He has a lot of, like, Punishers for 1 HP. He probably does run, like, Whale or something.
Gather round.
I'll just end the round. It doesn't matter too much here. So, again, we have 8 cards, so Jack is barely squeezing in. We have the full hand here. Man, that actually matters so much. Like, it's gonna be, there's a lot of situations where you're gonna have a 9-card hand and you're gonna be feeling pretty bad about your Jack. Alright, so he went in for the warning shot. Pre-warning shot into pass. So, yeah, he's just playing his own soloist then, right? I guess. Is the only thing that could be. Unless I'm missing something. I mean, he hasn't merchanted yet, which means it can't be Rex. He's just also running a soloist deck, so he's soloisting here.
Fortune favors the bold.
I don't get it. What's this warning shot? I am so confused. Yeah, that didn't make any sense, right?
Come on the youth journey.
So yeah, Jack being at 2 health here is a little awkward. He'll probably like Whale or Make It Rain on the attack, and then this kind of won't be able to block in conjunction with the MF, but I think that's okay. He might have Strong Arm. That would be funny. Yeah, sure, it could be Strong Arm. Okay. So pretty much this is the point where you typically expect him to have, you know, the re-response here of, yeah, like Make It Rain or something. My soloist doesn't really need to live here. And the thing that most needs to die on his end is probably, if anything, the 3-3?
What's your wager?
So I'll just do it like this. That's fine. Keeping Soloist alive actually does matter a bit. Its elusive body is quite nice, and if we draw like a Dreadway, we can actually just kill him with the elusives. Okay. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's not really like super high value what he just got there. I don't see a single downside to playing Butcher on this action, do I?
There's plenty of killing left.
I mean, all this like 0 mana shit is pretty broken here. Dude, Soloist as well as Stalking Shadows is actually kind of an insane combo. I really like the direction of this deck. It feels pretty great. We'll save the deckhand though, because that one's a bit more vulnerable. It looks like in this case Rory's better off. Well, this says draw it. Wait, that counts as a draw for TF? Whoa, really? That's kind of crazy. What? Wait, he just loses. Game's like insanely over. What on earth?
Drift away.
Okay, cool. So it's a Rex. I don't think we can really mine the Rex here, unless I'm missing something. Is there any benefit to Stalking Shadows now? We want to Stalking Shadows after TF, right? That actually matters a bit. We want to draw into, at odds, the last Stalking Shadows. So we can zap here. So, I mean, are we literally leveling TF right now? I think I should probably go for a red card and like nuke his board. We don't quite have enough to level him. But since he costs 0 and since we have all the Stalking Shadows, we should be good, right? So we can zap first. That's fine.
Like a fish in water.
Oh wait, why did I zap first? I've got brain issues. So we can Stalking Shadows first. It's quite interesting. And we're looking for basically anything. Yeah, Merchant works here, honestly. Merchant's not even bad. It's fucking 0 mana shit that we just get, right? For free. Yeah, I'll fucking take it. Seems good. Man, why is his deckhand so expensive, dude? What the fuck? Okay, here's a 0 mana Stalking Shadows. So this is officially really crazy. I don't think we're playing for the flipped TF here, by the way. I know we can play TF earlier, but even off of the Merchant draw, we just want to make sure we're trying to maximize our odds of nuking down his board. I think that actually matters a lot more than it seems. Guys, we're not trying to level the TF here. So what we're doing is if we kill his board, we win the game, right? So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna play this deckhand. And then we're gonna play the other deckhand, overriding the ephemeral unit here. And now we've got double keg, and we've got the re-response on our double keg. So now we're gonna red card here. And we threaten the re-response on the red card. Yeah, I guess I can override it 2-2. It doesn't matter at this point. But like, we just want to play TF reactively. Flipping it does nothing for us here. So we can do both Make It Rains or just one. But I mean, there's no benefit to chaining both of them, of course. So yeah, we'll just play the one here. Perfect. You just lose another win con? Guys, we don't lose this game if we just play reactively and make sure we have the maximum amount of options. We can't lose without a leveled TF. I mean, that's pretty funny. I mean, we do just have to go for the Yordle Grifter. There's really no way around that. God, why are his cards so fucking expensive? It's such shit. I guess we're getting value enough on the swing in here. That's fine. But yeah, we just want to maximize our odds of winning this turn. And just making sure that we have like the red card into the Make It Rain is basically means we can't lose. I mean, we could do it the other way around and it would end the same. Yeah, he literally can't win. There's kind of like no way to beat that finisher for him. Like it's actually a really, really insane combo.